Well, as we wrap up our discussion on applications, two things I want to cover. I want to cover what to do when you're stumped finding applications, and I want to talk about inventors very quickly. Let's talk about what to do when you're stumped about finding applications. When all else fails, just go walk down the street. Look around, look at the tree, look at the lampposts, look at the houses, look at the cars, look at what people are wearing. Look at whatever catches your eye and say, how can my technology be used there? You'll be amazed how it helps you generate ideas. The other trick I have is called Star Trek gap analysis. That's my term for it. Gap analysis is you take a look at what's going on today, you take a look at what's going on in the future. There's a gap in between, obviously. How does your technology help bridge that gap? So take a look at your technology and say, how does this get used on the Starship Enterprise? That's Star Trek, or if you don't know that, how does it get used in Star Wars? Because Star Trek, Star Wars, those kind of things, they're everybody's vision of the future. So is it being used by Dr. McCoy down in the sick bay, or is it, Cotton, the lithium crystal's about to go, and it's Scotty in engineering who's using it? Is it Mr. Spock? Whoever. You got to sort of think about how it would play in the future, and that gives you an idea of how it might play today. Another great way to get applications is to ask the inventor. Duh, right? Because they obviously had something in mind when they invented it, and so they may have a really useful insight. You don't have to take it as the gospel when they tell you what their ideas are, but it's certainly worth thinking about and evaluating. One other point is, before we wrap up, it's always important as you're doing market research to cycle back to the inventor. Nobody knows better than the inventor, or the people who are developing it, what this technology can really do, what the potential for stretch is, those kinds of things. So as you're moving through, you want to constantly go back and say, this makes sense to you. I'm thinking about this. That person probably can give you really good insights. The other thing that's really important is usually you need the inventor's involvement. Why? Because there's always some knowledge that is sticky, and only the inventor, when it gets really sticky, knows it. So if you want them to participate in the commercialization so you can leverage their know-how, now's a good time to engage them in the discussion. So that's our discussion of applications, winnowing them down, finding applications, brainstorming them. We'll come back and start a whole new topic in the next session. See you that time. Bye.